All right, it's your girl Sandra D, the main event, and welcome to my channel and to my community of love and unity. We will not be talking about hair and we will not be talking about food. We are on the road of talking about the narcissist. All right, you guys, so let's get to it. Now, today I'm going to tell you guys how God revealed to me that I was dealing with a demon. So, the person that I met that was a narcissist, I considered them to actually be a friend. Someone I did admire, someone who I thought was genuine, someone who didn't seem like a threat. Okay. And I didn't even recognize and even realize that I was even dealing with someone that was very deceitful. I didn't see any of it. I was oblivious to it, to be quite honest. And I didn't read that much into it because at the end of the day, I was already a person that was just busy, and those who know me that are in my inner circle, they know I stay busy, I like to read, I like to study, I like, doing projects, I'm a licensed barber, and even though I don't cut hair anymore, I still keep up my license and, I still invest in educating myself in all things pertaining to hair extensions. I just recently, not too long ago, had finished a lace front wig. If any of you guys had seen my videos, you would know that I was creating a lace front wig, and I am finished finally, and I will make sure I do a follow-up video so you guys can see that I have completed the wig, but I need to style it. So it's not styled, but I definitely want you guys to see the work. Okay. So I've written books in regards to hair. It's called Pearls of Wisdom. I got like 4 volumes of those, all pertaining to hair care, all pertaining to information that is helpful for those who cannot afford to go to a stylist, or those who are what I like to call in between blessings, So there's those types of books. So when you see those things listed in the description, these are things that I offer to people who are do-it-yourselfers, or those who are needing information that can help them with their hair care routine. Okay. So I've written books even while going through the situation that I was going through with the narcissist. I've written a book called Girl Code. Here's looking at you, kid. But what I did not recognize and realize is that when I was writing these things, that they came out way before I even recognized and realized what was going on. I just felt led to write these books, and that's what I did. And all of these books are available on Amazon. You'll see all that in the description as well. I've also have a online class, and I also have like videos that I've even done here, which is why it's called Sandra D, the main event, because the main is for hair. The event is for the events that people go through in their lives, especially when it comes down to their hair care regiments. I do my own braids. I do my own hair. I've been doing that. It's part of, my passion that I love to do. So when you guys hear me say Sandra D, the main event, it's because, my channel started out as someone who was teaching women about hair care and the texture of their hair, especially being a Black woman, because I'm Sandra D, the Black version. Okay. So I just wanted to give you guys a little spiel. So just in case you'd be like, why she always say Sandra D the main event? It's because I would always get hair questions and people would always admire my hair. And so when I was looking to see how I was going to, not necessarily but I was seeking God and asking him, what kind of name could I use or do? That's how all of that came about. So it's more of a personal upbringing of my life. So that's where it all combines together. And then plus people would always call me Sandra D. And they wouldn't be wrong. But it doesn't mean that that's my last name. The D is for a middle initial, just in case if you guys was wondering. So enough about that part. So I wanted to let you guys know that dealing with the narcissist, I didn't even know I was dealing with a narcissist. And I apologize for getting away a little bit from the topic, but I didn't know I was dealing with a narcissist because, like I said, I've always been busy doing things. I like doing projects. I like creating things, so I never even knew that I was even dealing with a narcissist. I didn't understand these things until later on, to where the being in a relationship like this was different. And I was like, what's different about this that I just did not understand? It wasn't a love relationship. No. We did go out one time. And that was because, at the time I felt like I needed a male's perspective of something that I was going through. And like I said, I didn't see them as someone that was a threat. And I just knew that there was just something that was different. But what happened was, I remember when we had our first conversation. It was a good one. It was a good conversation. It wasn't anything bad or anything in that nature. But I remember in the conversation that we had when I said, "Ooh, there's something dark about you." And I said, like Darth Vader dark. And they was like, "Oh, no, that's not me." We laughed and everything. But the thing about it is, I didn't realize at the time that God was speaking through me to warn me about this person. But that always stuck in the back of my mind. And I was like, Lord, why did I say that? On somebody that never showed themselves as being someone that would be a threat to me. So we went out one time, like I said, wanted a male's perspective of something that I was going through. And I just remembered that when we had went out, the narcissist actually said to me, "Do you just let anybody into your life?" Now, when they said that, that caught me off guard because I'm like, the hell is that supposed to mean? But now I didn't ask the narcissist. I'm asking this to myself, like, how would somebody like that say that, right? Unbeknown to me, that them was blue clues being dropped that I wasn't recognizing. Okay? It was not until God revealed to me a dream about the narcissist. Okay? Now, I never really tripped off of the narcissist like that because, like I said, people that know me, they know I stay busy. So I don't get offended, you know what I mean, about people not returning or texting and things of that nature. I don't. But I just, it just didn't dawn on me that this is a person that I was dealing with. And then I remember when I did reach out and I didn't hear anything, I kind of felt some kind of way. But then again, I'm like, I'm always busy, so this person gotta be busy. So it just didn't dawn on me that this person was actually avoiding me because they were mad because they weren't able to get what they wanted. Okay? And I felt like you're not getting what you want because I'm not on the menu. Okay? And they weren't really that attentive like that, but they did make sure that they let me know certain things. And I'm going to leave it as that without it being anything complicated. It was, again, no romantic relationship. It never got that far. It didn't get that far. But it wasn't until I got this revelation of what God was filling in the blanks with me on that I did not recognize and realize. Okay? And I didn't even know that this person was doing all of these horrific things that they were doing behind the scenes. Okay? Like secret devices, being in my home or coming in my home without me even knowing it, and how I experienced my first gang stalking, not once, but twice, and even still now. And how this individual was hiring people to keep tabs on me and watch me. And I found that it was creepy, so I did move the first time. Okay? Because I knew that my spirit was telling me something ain't right. But what I didn't know at the time is that it was the narcissist stalking me. Okay? And so I moved. Then after moving to another location, the same thing happened again. And it wasn't until the actual narcissist showed the hell up that I knew it was the damn narcissist. But I knew that something was not right because my spirit was telling me, you can't trust this individual. And this is where this is the part of the vision that I'm having and I'm filling you guys in. Now, the vision that God had showed me, I was at a speaking engagement and the narcissist was there as a guest of mine. And we had got separated somehow. And so this usher in my dream approached me, which I believe was an angel. And the angel, the usher, said, it was a female, "Can I help you?" And I said, me and my friend got separated and I'm looking for my friend. And then I said, oh, there they go right there. And then the usher looked at me, turned me towards them and looked at me and said, "That is not your friend." While they were holding my hand, it was like, you need to dig deeper, little one. So what wound up happening is when they said they're not my friend, in the dream, it's like she was pointing out to me and revealing to me what this narcissist really was. And what I saw was a demon. Okay? It looked like them. But it had like long nails. And like the clothes was like ripped up. Because they used to wear suits. So it was all ripped up and torn. And they had this long, dingy, dirty hair that was long. And oh my God, it was very creepy. And they was doing this breath like that. And literally their body was And the whole movement was like going in and out, like really rapidly fast. And you could see chains on this narcissist and them long, dirty, creepy ass nails. It was like, it was really creepy, right? And when the angel said, you have to dig a little deeper, little one, that's when I woke up out of my sleep. And that's when I knew that I was dealing with something that was not healthy. And then it dawned on me on why, why did I say there's something dark about you? Because God was revealing to me that something about that individual's spirit was dark. And then it made me think back of when they said to me, oh, do you just let anybody into your life? Like all of that started playing a part. And then it was a trip on how I felt like at times. Oh, I left this part. Like on the job that I was on, I was reaching out to them to see if they wanted to have a contract with the company that I was with because of the field that they were in. And it was just a trip on the dynamic of how things were going. And I was like, what is going on here? This doesn't make sense, And it was like a hot and coldness, but I just, like I said, I didn't pay any mind to it because I didn't understand or detect again that this person was an actual threat. And this is why when I tell you guys in these videos that the narcissist is very slick and cunning and charming to where it comes undetected, it's a different type of evil that you don't even see coming. You don't even recognize and realize that this person is so toxic and has done all of these toxic and weird things to you until you go through the process and you go through all of that hurt and you're thinking that you are trusting someone that's trustworthy. But what you find out all along is that they're a snake and that they never had your best interest at heart. And then you don't realize the dark magic that they do and how they have sold their soul to the devil, and why they're pursuing you in the first place is because they're tormented by those demons that they're trying to cast onto you. Okay. And you go and you're receiving all of these dark entities that you're not even recognizing that is being transferred onto you. And excuse me, you don't realize that your nature of who you are is being extracted from you from an enemy. You don't recognize any of these things until you go through the process. You don't recognize and realize that these demons, these toxic individuals, are an actual threat to your destiny because they don't want you to succeed. They want to control your gift. They want what you have. And because they've been so traumatized as kids, when they grow up, they continue the same bad habits and patterns that was done to them. So they don't break the chains of the bondage. But what they do is they try to collect people and try to have them be bonded to them and go through that torment that they went through and want you to suffer because they are suffering inside. And they want to try to make you responsible for their hurt when you have not hurt them. The people that are responsible for that are the people who hurt that narcissist when they were a child. That little narcissist when they was a kid. Well, they wasn't a narcissist when they was a kid, but do you get what I'm saying? That's where they turned into something that God never intended for them to be. But because it broke them some kind of way, they broke them somehow. They didn't feel like they could be put back together or be whole again. Somebody did not protect that little one when they was little. So they go around as adults terrorizing people. But you don't see them as a threat in the beginning because it's made that way because they're predators. They prey on people, and I don't mean pray, like they pray for you in prayer and nah, they pray as in prey. And they come in sneaky, undetected, on the low, non-threatening. Because you're not going to know that this is what they're bringing to your dinner table. You not recognizing and realizing that this person is nuts, that they're crazy as hell. You don't know they got mental issues, but they didn't just get like that. But they grew with that and they learned how to function in dysfunction and illusions in their mind to where they want to make other people delusional and dysfunction as they are. So the narcissist is someone that can never, ever be trusted. Now, you may go through the cycle of the relationship with the narcissist twice. Because if you are as oblivious as I was, you're not holding no ill will feelings because that's part of your nature and they're banking on that. But what you don't know is that what they're doing is setting it up this time to try to secure a hook in you to try to make sure that you're bonded. See, I didn't even recognize and realize what was going on until when the narcissist had reached out. Okay. And this was before I had the dream. And when they reached out, I didn't think nothing of it. It wasn't until things started being exposed to me to where I started understanding and the red flags were there. And I was like, oh, what is this? So it doesn't matter what type of narcissist you have in your life, whether it's a friend, a family member, a co-worker, a neighbor, because they all do the same tactics. Some of them are just a little bit more higher in rank and may do more extreme things than other narcissists because there's different ranks of narcissists. Just like there's different ranks of chosen ones, empaths. Each one is developed different and has different skill sets. One ain't better than the other. Just one of them may rank because they have maybe certain gifts or more tactics that they probably used than the other. Because they're more loyal to the devil and they got more of a responsibility. So for some of you guys who say, oh, I don't have no problem with the hoovering, count yourself blessed. Because those of us who have, it ain't because we're better than any other chosen ones. No, but there's a skill set, a value to the narcissist that they trying to figure out how in the hell can they be able to try to suck you back into their abuse. And you like, hell no, I won't go. And the narcissist knows it. So what they'll do is they'll study you from afar. They'll still gang stalk you. But what winds up happening is with all the tactics, with all the tricks, with all the lies, with all the deception, those house of cards eventually are going to start coming down. Because the narcissist thinks, well, since didn't nothing happen to me already, since you think you're so smart, I'm going to keep going. But see, that's the whole plan of God, because God wants the narcissist to keep on keeping on. Because it's going to come apart to where when all that comes, by a snap of a finger, blink of an eye, the narcissist will be exposed, and the whole entire organization and crew will be too. But you're going to have some of the people in the organization and in the crew that's going to snitch on the narcissist, because their asses is going to want to have a lower sentence. They're going to bust that narcissist out. Because some of these people got recruited and don't even want to be there. They looking for a way out. So while they watching you, they taking notes and trying to see how they can be able to, when it's time for them to try to get what they call that, a plea deal. Oh, please believe they got evidence on that narcissist that the narcissist don't even know that they got. They not going to do no bid for the narcissist, because they know how the narcissists get down. Now, if they do, they foolish. It's one thing they may not have a choice, but if you got a choice and you going to do that, oh, you crazy as hell. Somebody can't wait to snitch on that narcissist. And probably already turned over evidence already. They probably building a case on the narcissist right now, right under the narcissist's nose, and they don't even know it. Because see, the narcissists, they like to be cocky. They like to think that just because they flying under the radar and they got other people that they can cast in there to take their place and things of that nature, it's a couple of them that can't wait until the narcissist get busted, because their asses is going to get free. Pause and calmly think of that. It's a couple of people that the narcissist done hired that did not want to do some of the things that they did, because they already knew that you was somebody that they should not mess with. See, when you are a chosen one, a child of God, even though you're not perfect, but you belong to God and you are His, and someone dark and evil wants to do you wicked and evil, oh, please believe that what they reap will be sown. See, I'm going to give you my opinion. I believe that the narcissist thinks that because time has passed by, that nothing is going to happen to them. Okay? They are in denial. See, they're even in denial when you don't want the relationship and they hoover you to try to suck you back in, because they swear up and down in their minds you still want them. And that's contrary to belief. You don't want the narcissist. Even when you're creating your channel and you're talking about the narcissist is so vain, they take that as a way of, oh, they still want me. No. Our platforms are used to help somebody else that has went through this abuse, so that they won't have to go through it again, or recognize and understand the signs and understand what you don't understand, by giving you wisdom and enlightenment and tools that's going to help you to get to the other side. We don't use our platforms because we are sitting over here so broken now we want the narcissist back. Hell no. Who the hell wants somebody that's abusive? Like you sign up on the dotted line and say, please beat the hell out of me. No. Your name ain't Sea Biscuit. Your name ain't Secretarian, and they can't ride you. And they can't ride your coattail. Because at the end of the day, that narcissist knows that what they did. And when you sitting over here telling your testimony, you telling your story, and you helping somebody else get to the other side, that is one more narcissist that's one step closer to being exposed and falling. Because I'm not the first person that's been victimized. You're not the first person that's been victimized. But we want to stop people from becoming victimized and show them how to be victorious in victory. So please understand that when I tell you that just because a narcissist ain't got yet, don't mean a narcissist ain't gonna get got. I'm a believer that God wants to make sure that you're okay first, but also at the same time, He is preparing you for your destiny, which is greater and far more better than a narcissist. The narcissist will fall on their sword. The narcissist will be exposed. And people are going to believe the words of those of us who are survivors of narcissistic abuse. Because we ain't sitting over here telling you no story to feel sorry for us. No. We're telling you these stories to let you know how we overcome. And we want to help those who are going in this process to get to that other side too. And it ain't easy, but you'll make it. You will make it. Because you got to understand one thing. You're already healed. Already. You're going through the process of releasing the hold of the emotions of the experience that you're feeling, and it's very painful because you're dealing with a lot of different emotions, and those emotions that you're dealing with are things that the narcissist did by trying to groom you, by trying to reprogram you, by trying to make you pay for their childhood traumas that happened to them in their past, plus the demons that they were transferring unto you to, sharing in that soul tie to some degree. Do you feel me? And a soul tie does not mean that you were intimate with them. It just means that you thought that you and this individual, you trusted them and you let them in. And that's how a soul tie can happen without you being intimate with somebody. Just in case if you guys want to know, well, how is that when you trusted them? When you trusted the words that came out of their mouth and you trusted them wholeheartedly. And they took advantage of that. Plus, you're healing and the pain of recognizing that you were betrayed, and you weren't. The betrayal is real. And you're not happy because you knew that there were some red flags, but you didn't understand them. And you weren't understanding them because that's where gaslighting comes in from. To give you reasonable doubt, to keep you in your mind like a hamster on a hamster wheel, going over it and say, now I know I'm not crazy, I know I'm not delusional, and no, you're not. But that is put into place to get you off of their trail. Because you're not supposed to understand that you are trapped. Because they wanted to trap you in your mind. And they wanted to try to control your thoughts, your emotions. It's like when you have a computer. Okay, you program your computer in settings to how you like it. That's what the narcissist was doing to you, except for they were a computer virus. Okay, and what happens when you get a computer virus? Stuff go haywire. And it's not until you're able to actually wipe it clean to start all over in order for it to be able to function the correct way. So your healing process is going to take time because you're dealing with a lot of levels of not just the abuse that the narcissist did, but how they used you against yourself. They attacked you with you by manipulating your gifts, your kindness, your confidence. And when they did that, all they were doing was trying to trade places with you because they wanted to be in control. The narcissist can't even control themselves. How the hell are they going to control you? I'll wait. Because as soon as a narcissist feels like you said something to hurt their little sensitive ass feelings, what they do? Act like a 2-year-old that falls out on the floor and throw a tantrum. That's what narcissists do. Why are they doing that? Because they want you to back off of them and they don't want you to recognize and see that they've been BSing the whole time. And they're trying to buy as much time as possible before you really recognize and realize and come out of that sleep and slumber that they put you in and hypnotize you in. You're not the only person that fell and fell for the hype. But we want to make sure that it'll be the last time so that you can come out on the other side of victory. Now, I hope this video resonates with some of you guys. I do apologize for it being a little long, but I just want to give you guys like a little backstory, but also some insight on the different ways that, God will warn you. It could be through a vision. It could be very words that you speak and you hear them and you're like, well, why did I say that? God was telling you all along something was up. And y'all probably saying, well, why I didn't get a more thorough answer? Because sometimes when God is giving you a test, the teacher doesn't talk when you're going through a test. And when the narcissist came in your life, that could have been your test. But the devil was also involved as bringing that narcissist into your life as temptation. As a way of trying to get you to give up your destiny. And instead of you going deeper, settle for the cheaper. I'll see you guys in the next video.